In this video, I'm going to take a look at some interesting points surrounding Battlefield 6. I'll consider the setting, bringing in a few rumours and predictions, and also I'll bring in some very interesting leaks about Battlefield 5, the DICE studio, and the possible direction for the franchise. Before we get started, consider leaving a comment down below with your preferred Battlefield 6 setting. Will it be in the future? Will it be set in Vietnam, modern day, or another major conflict? Let me know your thoughts down below. So first of all, I've had some information stating that apparently a Battlefield 3 Remaster and Bad Company 3 game were never actually in the works at all. There was a slight chance that a small team was going to remaster a Bad Company game for the current gen or maybe even next gen consoles, however that isn't happening. As for the Battlefield 3 Remaster not happening, if that's true, it's a big shame. It would sell incredibly well and revive what is in my opinion one of the best multiplayer FPS games ever made. Battlefield 3 has recently turned 9 years old, and yes, there are still some servers that are populated with a lot of dedicated fans, but it does seem to be coming to the end of what has been a really illustrious life. We are going to see though some Battlefield 3 mods appear in the near future with Venice Unleashed and all of the mods attached to that starting to become playable. That is something I'm really looking forward to, and you'll definitely see a lot of that on my channel. When it comes to the setting for the next Battlefield game, we of course all have our personal preference. For me, I want to see a modern day shooter with hints of futuristic tech. This gives DICE the option to bring in some slightly different ideas without that historical constraint that maybe Battlefield 1 in World War I and more recently Battlefield 5 in World War II generated. But it also brings back that familiarity. I loved Battlefield 3, I really loved Battlefield 4, and if the next game is anything like those, I'll be happy. It's as simple as that really. Now, if you were paying attention during the summer, you will have seen that the industry insider Tom Henderson, who is always at the centre of leaks for both Battlefield and Call of Duty, stated that the game's setting and direction would take cues from the popular Battlefield 3 game. However, he did also state that a BF3 remake is not happening. That lines up with what I've been hearing as well, and in addition to that modern setting, rumours of a 128 player count, bigger maps than ever before, and a Battle Royale mode to combat Call of Duty Warzone is apparently all in the works. All good stuff if it's done properly. What do you think about that? I really do value the opinions of the people that watch my videos because you tend to be quite dedicated Battlefield fans. This channel is one of the only channels that focuses purely on Battlefield. Not that that makes it anything special in my opinion, but it is nice to have a bunch of like-minded people who just want to see Battlefield succeed in the comments. Let's see what you have to say about the potential for a 128 player count, massive map, and maybe even a big Battle Royale mode. Now moving on to something a little bit different. As I said, I was going to give you a few leaks and rumours and things that I've been hearing about Battlefield 5 and more specifically DICE. Now I'm going to say this from the get-go, this is not factual, this has not come out in a news statement or report or anything like that. It's just things that I've been told, and I thought, as I usually do on this channel, I'll pass it on to you and then you can really make up your own mind, and just really it's information and food for thought. So, I've heard from several sources that BF5 only had a main production phase of 6 months, that's really short for an FPS game, and that vehicle and infantry gameplay was vastly different before some playtesters started complaining about getting outplayed. They didn't enjoy seeing a lot of the better players go on big kill streaks. This therefore led to the vehicle gameplay getting dumbed down, and well, look what we've got in BF5, it's not exactly great, and gunplay was similar to Battlefield 3 in the pre-alpha, with vehicles sharing a lot of similarities to Battlefield 4. I'd even heard rumours that jumping was to be removed at one point, as they were trying to dumb down the infantry gameplay and make it really easy and casual and just get rid of all of that competitiveness that we've loved in previous Battlefield games. Not sure why, but you can kind of see that's the direction Battlefield 5 went in. I've also heard that Alan Kurtz, the design director for Battlefield 5, and he'll probably hold that position for Battlefield 6, really wanted a casual shooter and nothing competitive in the game. Now, Battlefield 1 did take that direction, and I've got nothing against a casual game, they can be very fun. However, Battlefield in my opinion is at its best when it caters for everyone. You've got competitive players who can host their own 8v8 games or 5v5 or whatever it is, and you have casual players who just want to jump on and fire rockets across the map or jump in a vehicle and do whatever they want. That's what a Battlefield game does best. So I think you really do have to cater for both. Maybe don't even make dedicated modes like incursions. You don't need that. You just need to have the tools to be able to cater for everybody. And truly make it everyone's Battlefield, I suppose, if you want to use that term. It doesn't surprise me though that Battlefield 5 was really not going in that direction and wasn't really aiming to be a game for the entire player base. Hopefully he will realise that whilst Battlefield 5 sold about 7 million copies, which is by no means a failure, the game is below par though when compared to pretty much every single Battlefield game that came before it, and that is 100% down to the people that picked the game's direction, in my opinion. I've got nothing against the devs that were rushing to get the game ready or the fact there's tons of bugs in it. I know it's annoying, but that does happen with games that are rushed. It's not their decision to have a shortened timescale or anything like that. I think it's purely down to the decisions that were made about the game. And this is of course all rumours that have been leaked by some people, but there we go. It's worth you knowing it as well. You've probably seen as well via Twitter that loads of DICE employees have been leaving over the past few years. Many moved on to new projects, some moved to Embark Studio, whilst others have started their own new journeys and challenges. That is usually the case after a big game releases. People will seek new opportunities and challenges and go on to the next game. You don't always have to stay at the same studio. In my opinion though, Battlefield was such a good franchise because it was made with the passion of the developers who loved the game. That crew of developers that people know and loved, and they just knew that they'd be the ones working on that game and pushing it to the next level, with maybe a few devs leaving, a few new devs coming in, and all that experience being pulled together to create something truly fantastic. I know there's a lot of devs coming in who've just maybe worked on BF5, probably super talented people. I can't speak for them, and really I can't say how great they are or maybe any mistakes they've made. That's not for me to say, but I do feel as though with Battlefield 5 especially, it was definitely a step away from the core experience that we all really enjoyed. The fact people still play the game is testament to the fan base. Battlefield players will play just about anything if it has that Battlefield tag attached to it, but far more would play a more polished game, that's for sure. So, coming towards the end of this video, we've taken a quick look at what I believe will be the setting of Battlefield 6. It's going to be a modern setting with hints of futuristic tech. That's exactly what I want as well, which is great. We're not going to be seeing a Battlefield 3 remaster. We're not going to be seeing Battlefield Bad Company 3 at all. And maybe we will see a 128 player count on bigger and better maps than ever before with the addition of a Battle Royale mode. Could be good. Let's wait and see what happens. Rumours should start pouring out of the DICE studio sometime around Christmas. I believe it might be a little bit later. April and May is going to be when it really hots up, and then we will of course see the game release in October 21, or at least that's what I think, judging by everything we've been told so far. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.